me get my cup out of the way. My phone.
Welcome back. Welcome back to part two. We're talking to LeeAnn, who is here, and we're staying at the same hotel here in Lafayette. And LeeAnn is doing the accelerated paramedic course. It's Saturday afternoon, and they've all just been up in the room doing study. And I've loved just being able to sit there and not have to worry about 5 exams that these guys have
Enjoying
got.
our torture. That's what it is. Let's be honest here.
And the lovely food that you had provided.
Yes. Well, Sandra and everyone else contributed. Allie made sandwiches. Sandra made a dip. I made a few things. We all pulled resources together. I'm going to be fair on that.
And I sampled most things that were there. So you chose to do the accelerated paramedic course, which, as we've heard from Lauren and Nick, is just
It's
going at a million miles an hour. Why did you choose that over the normal program?
So what it really boiled down to was realizing that I don't have the time to take to do a traditional program like other people do it. I've had a number of my coworkers, including my truck partner, who is the best ever. Hey, Chris, I love you. Telling me, get your butt out there and do it. And then on the flip side, somebody told me I couldn't. Never laid
As if you were going to listen.
I am bullheaded, and I will rise to the challenge. And so I was like, let's do this. Some days I regret that decision. Other days I'm like, I got this. It just really depends on where we're at in class at that moment there, to be perfectly honest.
But, I mean, clearly, we've only known each other for 2 months, but we've, a lot of talking in that time and about everything. Clearly, intellectually, you are very bright. And,
Oh, thank you.
Well, it's just a fact. So how have you found the amount of content that you've had to do and the pace of it all?
So, honestly, it is insane. It is volumetrically, the amount of information that is coming at us is just really, it's nightmarish. I'm not gonna lie. Especially with the way my brain functions. I think a little differently from most people. I have kind of a Rolodex in my head, and once I've got the information in there, it's in there. But I'm either jumping too far ahead because of the speed of the class, or I just haven't quite got the full volume in there integrated into my head to be able to jump to the right index card. It's tough. I mean, the 2 primary books in the class are 1,200, 1,500 pages each. We're almost finished with the second book. Plus, we've had the adult advanced life support book. That's 250 pages. We've had the pediatric advanced life support book. That's another 250 or so pages. We had the arrhythmias identification book. That was another 200 or so pages. We've had CBTs, which are videos that we have to watch. We have PowerPoints that are sometimes 60, 80 slides. Sometimes the CBTs will say, oh, well, it's 30 segments, but then you'll have sub segments within each one, so it'll end up being like 80 or 90 segments. So volumetrically, it is the most challenging course I've ever taken, and it is not for the weak, and it's not for just anybody.
Not at all.
No.
What has been your favourite subject so far?
To be honest, all of the med stuff, because it was neurology, it was behavioral disorders, it was all kinds of unique medical stuff that I have those experiences. I have that training. I'm very highly experienced and trained in those fields. Right now, even though Monday's test was super challenging, I'm actually really enjoying OBGYN, special populations, pediatrics, abuse and neglect, because I've had all the legal classes on that. I had to do all that when I had state jobs and things like that. So for me, that material comes a lot easier. So I try to be a resource for the rest of the class, because most of them have not had the experiences I have. They have not been through things like how you report abuse and neglect, how you handle the situation with a child. For me, that's old hat. That's rhythm and routine. So it's just like, I got this. As long as that test isn't written crazy, I got it.
You've got 4 weeks of class, of theory to go. And as I've said before, these guys are doing 4 months of Monday to Friday, 8 o'clock till 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 days a week, and then assignments, presentations, study overnight, ready for the next day. So it is massive. Once you've finished the theory component, what's the clinical part involve?
So the next step is when we finish the 2 segments that we're on, which are operations and special populations, and we start trauma Tuesday.
Trauma Tuesday.
As soon, oh yeah. So we have test Monday, test Tuesday, start trauma Tuesday, 3 tests Friday. It's crazy. We finish trauma in about a week and a half to 2 weeks. At the end of that 2 weeks, we have 2 weeks where we do nothing but just sims. That's just rote practice. That's getting in there, being given simulations of real life scenarios we may encounter and actually working them out in real time in a set time frame. On September 4th, we do what's called mock registry, which is where we have to go in and we have to do 3 different sims. We have to do a medical sim successfully, we have to do a cardiology sim successfully, and we have to do a trauma sim successfully. We get the 5th, 6th, and 7th off. On the 8th, we report to our local NIMSA coordinators, clinical coordinators, and to our central offices, depending on which region or zone that you're from. And then that's when they give us our clinical schedule for the hospitals. For the first month, starting on the 8th of September to the 4th of October, we are on the truck, minimum of 5 days a week, 12 plus hours a shift, and in between that we are in the local hospitals in different departments, the ER, OBGYN, women's and children's, things like that. So we're all over the place. So for 4 weeks straight, what we're doing is we're trying to get as many possible clinical rides in and as many possible clinical days in the hospital in as we can, because we have a certain number of contacts of each type: adults, children, complicated deliveries, uncomplicated deliveries, traumas, cardiac, doing IOs, doing IVs. All of these skills that we've learned and all of these scenarios that we've practiced, we have to have a large number of contacts for those that we document as we go, as well as doing our tickets, as well as keeping our time on the same program that we document these things in so that we get credit for them. And then whatever we don't have done by October 4th, we have to finish out in amongst a regular truck schedule, which for everybody just about is going to be going back into regular rotation, but on a flex shift instead of our old shifts, because our old shifts have been assumed by other people now.
Got it. We are going to catch up with LeeAnn and Nick and Lauren in a few weeks once they hit the clinical period, and we're going to check in again and see how they're going. Now, we've got to run because the restaurant area here, it's nearly dinner time, and we're about to get influxed by people who are hungry and having a drink. So thank you for your time. Lovely chatting. Fascinating story.
Always wonderful.
And we will catch up again in a few weeks when you're right in the thick of it.
Yeah, you'll get to see me in tears probably by that point.
I'll bring the tissues. Thank you for watching, and if you like this, please like and subscribe to the Medic on the Move channel, and you can also have a look at the Medic on the Move Facebook page. We'll catch you again soon, but in the meantime, keep smiling and bye for now.